Are you just putting together your first website for yourself as a musical act or a band that you're in? Or maybe you've already had a website, but you feel like it's lackluster or it's not getting the results you want to see. Well, today we're going to share 10 essential tips that'll make your website work for you in the background while you're out doing all the hard work and putting your feet on the ground and building the fan base out there. So hopefully it'll make money while you're out doing the hard stuff. Let's have a think on that. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. Really happy to have you. Just want to get right into this one. We got some great tips to share with you, really essential. And if you're putting together a website, these are the things you need to know and need to have on there. Just before we get to the great information that we have for you and the great tips, I want to say thank you to everybody that's joined us. Give us a likes. We've had our last episode really blew up, which is so fantastic to see. All about making that perfect rig that can do whatever you need to do from a practice room all the way up to playing a stadium gig as a guitar player. If that interests you, we'll have links below. Go check that out. But again, if this is your first time here or your millionth time, whatever it is, please just take a second. Give us a like. It really helps us with the algorithm, helps us get the word out there. And make sure you subscribe. That really starts to help us. We really thank you guys so much for taking the time to like and all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Let's get right into today's episode. Again, these are 10 tips that you have to have on your website, and some of them may take a little bit longer to get on there. You might not have them right away, but you should make sure they're on there to be sure that you're getting the most out of when people visit your website, to make sure that they're either becoming a fan permanently or that as a fan, they're growing their knowledge and their love for what you do, and make sure that if they have the means or the want to invest in you as an artist, or to make sure that you're getting some money or whatever it is, they have the opportunity to do that. So let's get right into it. These are the top 10 things you have to have on your website. And importantly, these are in order. So yes, it is number 1 is the most important, and number 10 is probably the least important. So let's get the top ones out right away. Number 1, we're going to start out with your professional bio. Now, this one's really important because you need to describe in your bio on your website somewhere exactly what your music is, why it came to be, why you formed this band, why you are who you are as a musical artist. You know, what makes your music stand out from the rest? Why is it unique? All these things need to be in the bio. And we do have a great video on writing your first bio. We'll link it right here, and you can take a listen to that. You can take a listen or you can watch it. And that breaks down exactly what you have to have in your perfect bio, that breaks down exactly who you are, how to differentiate yourself or your group from all the others around you, and to stick out and make it unique, a reason that they should be a fan of what you're doing versus anybody else out there. It's number 1 because it really should be done right away, and it should help you define everything going forward. So as we go into these next steps, if you have this defined, if you have it done, it makes everything around it so much easier. Let's go right into number 2. Number 2 is clear branding. And this one goes hand in hand with that bio. And like I said before, just a few moments ago, if you've taken the time to define your bio, who you are, what differentiates you from everybody else, it's going to make branding so much easier because you know what you want it to represent. You know that image you're trying to put forth. So using that, make sure you're making the choices of the fonts, whatever you're putting in the fonts out, it should reflect that bio and what you want to project out to all the people out there, all your fans, all your potential fans, all potential investors, buyers, supporters, whatever it is. Color schemes, all those should represent images. Music that you share should all reflect in this image that you're building, creating this brand around what you do. Yes, I know it gets old hearing, and it really can encompass so many different things, but building a brand is super important to make sure that you stand out for the right reasons and that you really stand out from everything around you, so you don't just get lumped in with another musical group in the area. So that's number 2. Moving on to number 3, and let's talk about, on that website, we have talked before, you need to have your press and your EPK pages all set up, your electronic press kit. And those are so important. Again, another link to what we have put out there that will show you exactly what you need to do to have all that stuff ready to go. But these are so important that when it comes to somebody wanting to give you money or to hire you as a band, having these are essential. It's going to be the difference between if you reach out and say, hey, I'd like to be booked for this venue or for this show or for this festival. The first place they're going to go is check out your EPK, see what you have from press, see what people are saying about you, what's your draw, what kind of images do you have, all those things. How are you able to tell stories? How are you able to draw on fans? Those things are super important. There's number 3 because, again, your website's there to make sure that when you're not there to represent yourself, it's putting your best foot forward and it's making sure that you're going to be able to make money off what you do, which is the whole point of this. You got to be able to monetize what you do musically and as an act, as a musician. Because if you're not, you're going to falter, fail, and you'll have to go do other things to survive. It's just the way of life. So make sure that your press kit and your EPK are right there on your website, ready to go, and that you're consistently adding into it. If you have a big show with great photos that came from that, make sure you're adding that into it. Let's move right into number 4. Because of those things I just said, number 4 is high quality photos and media. Make sure that you are investing back into your group. So my advice to anybody that has a band or anything with multiple members on it, and when you're splitting funds for your band for a show, make sure that you include the band itself, the group, as a member of that so that you can reinvest into what you're doing to grow the band, to make things go easier, because you really need high quality photos for what you do. You have to have great media, videos, whatever you can do to get your name out there, to share with people, to show them there's a reason that your music stands out, that it's important, that people are watching, that they're really interested in what you're doing. The important thing here is that if you are making a little bit of money, make sure that you reinvest it into hiring a photographer around you. You can go and check on, Craigslist, Facebook, use any of the community, the groups, anything you're a part of in your area. Just ask who's taking great photos. Instagram's a great thing for this. Just if you see high quality photos of a group around you or high quality video coming out of a group around you doing stuff that, in your genre, in your area, and you want to know, just reach out to them. Who's taking your photos? I'm sure they'll share it. And then you can hire that person, put some more money, reinvest back into your group and do that. As far as videos, just make sure you're doing lots of videos whenever you can to share your music, because that's how we build a social media platform where you get that presence that we need. You can also take advantage of other things. I know in our area of the world, we have great opportunities to make video with other people. We have something called Big Sky bonus tracks, and we're in Montana, middle of nowhere, but we still have great options. If you connect with them, they take a video and they take the audio and they make these great videos that gets your name out there, and you get to share your work, and they do that. Personally here, we have our own series when we bring in people to interview and share what they're doing in their career, what's working, what's not working, what you can learn from it. We also now have them playing a song for you that they can promote their work. And, we do it for free just because we want an option for people out there to be able to promote themselves and have a high quality video of the work they're doing that they can put on their website and share what they're doing for this exact reason. So I'm sure if you look around, there's going to be somebody around you doing that. Reach out, find a way to make that work. Number 5, you didn't make sure that there's an email sign-up form. As you go along in this career and you're building up your name and getting more and more fans, hopefully, and you're doing the work and all these things are happening, an email sign-up form, getting that list of emails that you have of fans that really, really like what you do becomes your most profitable thing you have, the most important thing you have. That list of emails is invaluable because you can direct market to them. You can give them, offers and merch and, shows that are coming near them. You can do all those things that you couldn't do before and generate revenue that way, because you have a direct connection with them, build trust, build a foundation with them. And the second you have a new album coming out, you can directly market to them, our music's coming out, or we have a new piece of merch, or we have a show near you. It becomes your most valuable thing. So make sure somewhere on your site, there's a place where they can put in their email and join your mailing list. It's very, very important because you get those very, engaged, high energy fans. They're going to sign up for that, and then you're going to get a return on that. It takes a lot to get somebody to sign up for that. And if they take the time to do it, there's going a good chance you're going to get a return from that. Halfway through the list, right? Let's go to number 6. Of course, talking about that and being able to reach out to them, there should be a place on your website where it lists your upcoming shows so that they know that you're currently working. You're out there playing music, but they can also, if they're really interested in seeing you in person and doing that, there should be a list of shows so they can run through that and see when's the next time they're near us? When can I see them in person? When can I take the time to go out and give them money, support them live, listen to their music, hit up their merch table. They might be looking at some of the stuff you have in your website to make some money off of them. But if they see that you're coming close, they might show up, listen, and invest even more. So those are great things to have. Make sure you have somewhere on there that's showing your upcoming shows, where they're going to be and where they can see you. Number seven is really self-explanatory, obviously, but you should have someplace on your website, either scrolling on the bottom as a footer or something like that, where they can instantly click on all your social media so they can take a look what you're up to, what you've been doing, all your images, how your content is going. All those kind of things. You should have somewhere to instantly click on. You should have Instagram. You should have Facebook. TikTok's up in the air right now, but Blue Sky's breaking out over Twitter. There's so many great options. But as an artist, Instagram's kind of a must at this point. Facebook's always going to be there, it seems like, for some reason. But the other ones are, up in the air. But just make sure whatever the relevant platforms you have for your social media, whatever you're doing the best, put that foot forward and have everything else ready there to go so that they want to dive deeper into what you do, not just your website. They can reach out and hit those things too. On to number 8. Obviously, this one is a big one. And as soon as you start making your own merch, the second you start having things to sell at your show, take the time to make a merch shop a merch store on your website, somewhere that they can go click on it and just pick up things that they want to do to support you. And we'll make an image. We'll make another video on that, on how to set up one and to make take the most advantage of it, and hopefully to make it the most cost effective, because it's one of the hardest things to do and make it money efficient in the beginning. So please follow, subscribe, take the time to follow us, because we'll have that one coming out very soon. But this is where you want to make sure that as you're out doing all the work, putting on the shows, playing venues, reaching out to fans in person, selling at your merch table, when you're not there, when you can't be available, your website's working for you, representing you, making you money while you're away, and while you're doing all that stuff, there's something still behind you, supporting you, making you money. On to number 9. We're getting close to the end here. This one seems self-explanatory, but I've seen so many band websites where this is not a thing. Make sure there's a music player on there playing your music, and a way for them to purchase your music if they want to. And it seems really stupid because everybody has as a player. They have Spotify, they have Apple Music, they have some way. They just go to YouTube and listen to your music for the most part. But if they're on your website, it's because they're interested in you and they want to support you. I can probably on 2 hands, I can count the times that I've gone to a band's website and said, hey, their music's here. I was going to get it anyways. I keep Apple Music going at all times, and I love having that. And I have Spotify, but I still want to support them. So I'll get the digital downloads, or a couple times there's been vinyls for sale. I'll buy a vinyl. Actually, I think it's part of our set right now. So back there on the set, we now have a vinyl from somebody that I grew up with that has accomplished great things in music as a composer. And I just went to his website. There's a vinyl for sale. Of course I want to support them. It's a thing people do. So make sure that there's a way for them to purchase that on your website. Number 10 of the things that you have to have on your website that are super important is just fan-friendly content. Make sure that there are videos on there of you interacting with fans, or playing music to live fans, or playing music like a small acoustic show for fans, or anything that shows that you are one that is somebody that's going to embrace their fans and do what you can to make sure that you're part of the people, you're reaching out. Anything that will make their experience a little bit better and make them invest a little bit more in playing live shows and taking video, talking to the crowd, those interactions. Have those available on your website somewhere that shows that you're doing the work and you love playing live shows, you love your fans, you're going to pay them back and take advantage of anything you can that makes it special for them. Make it fan friendly and make it something that it makes them want to invest even more in you and become a bigger fan. So 10 quick things that you have to have in your website that maybe if you heard this list, maybe there's 4 or 5 that you are either don't have, or they're a little bit weaker and you need to invest some time in, or if you're starting out your first website, great list to break down. We have the whole list down below in our descriptions, either if you're listening to the podcast or watching this on YouTube. It's all down there ready to go. Again, if any of this helped you, give us a like, give us a subscribe, join the community. If you have suggestions for future content or videos that would help you out and you don't know how to do it, please send it our way. We'll make a how-to video and share it with everybody, because if you're having a problem, they're having a problem. So please, again, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you on that next one, and can't wait for you to be there. Bye.